Jay Hill, and I'm here with the broadcasting legend, my good friend Dave Rutherford, for another edition of the Dave and Jay Show, where we talk about issues not only important to Alberta and the West, but all the country. And today we're going to talk about an issue like that. We're going to talk about the equalization formula and how the very name equalization doesn't really stand up to the test of time.
Okay, and don't fall asleep. Stay with us on this. I know equalization is a boring topic. However, we're talking about your money. We've got taxpayers' money here. Now this equalization is meant, well, it goes back to 1957. It started, fooling around with it. In 1982, Pierre Trudeau put it into the Constitution. So it's there to stay. We're not going to get away from this thing. But it is a welfare system in which the provinces with the most economic activity give money to the provinces that are poor.
That's right.
And it's generally the Maritimes are recipients, but not always. So it is really a welfare system. The trouble is the formula, Jay, and how it's being applied, and really, I think, the perverse things that are happening.
Well, I think it's more than that. You mentioned the Maritimes, and on a per capita basis, that's true. But as far as the biggest recipient of the equalization that basically flows from the West, primarily Alberta, it flows to Quebec. Let's just say it the way it is. Of roughly 19 billion this year in 2018, almost 12 billion of it will go to Quebec. Now, that isn't by accident. And what really sticks in the craw of a lot of Westerners, and in particular a lot of Albertans, is when we saw a few years ago where the Quebec government said, we're doing so well, we're going to offer tax relief. Well, we couldn't do that in Alberta.
Tax
we couldn't
relief,
do that in the West.
$7 daycare, all these things. And that's one of the problems with this whole formula. There is no accountability. The provinces just get the money. There's no accountability for how they spend it, what they spend it on, no justification to the taxpayers. And again, another one, Jay, this is taxation without representation. I didn't get a chance to vote on where my money's going in the province of Quebec or anywhere else. But let's look at what's actually happening. The way this system works, and you're right, Quebec, the biggest recipient. Even Ontario got $900 million this year, for goodness sake. The Maritimes have been, though, the chronic recipients of equalization. And what it's done is it's kept the poor provinces poor. They have no incentive to get better. A politician in Nova Scotia, PEI, can make a promise to their electorate during an election. We're going to build more schools. We're going to increase healthcare. Because there's no accountability. They know the money's coming from the transfer payments. They know they've got money coming and they can promise anything.
It's part of their budget.
And they stay poor. They don't generate any economic activity.
If we really want to delve into this, Dave, it's even worse than that. Because, while Alberta's oil and gas is considered part of the revenue for this, for figuring out who's the have and who's the have not.
50% of non-renewable energy is counted.
And yet Quebec's hydro is excluded.
It is,
and that's
because it's non-renewable.
Their single biggest source of revenue.
Absolutely right, Jay. So let's eliminate this non-renewable resource income as even part of the equation. Take it out. That would help Alberta a little bit.
And of course, another thing that really stuck in the craw when this became an issue was not only the sneaky way that our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, extended it for another 5 years just a month or two ago, but the fact of the matter is that Quebec had the gall, using loopholes that Trudeau put in place, to stop Energy East pipeline.
He stops a pipeline, but that's almost crazy. He's stopping the revenue stream that is giving him $12 billion a year. It's not making a lot of sense.
No.
Anyway, this whole thing, how about if we just took the money, if we have to keep this thing going, it's constitutional, can't get away from it, instead of giving the money to the province, the provincial government, the politicians, give the money to the people.
Well,
give the money right to the people of Nova Scotia.
I think that's food for more thought.
I think we can.
That's our show for today, folks.
Thanks for watching.
Again, we just